Brandon here from Fluix, and we got to talk about streamlining business processes surrounding documents. I just got off the phone with yet another company that wants to digitize how their field and office team collaborate on documents, specifically forms, because that's what we deal with a lot of customers that handle. And I have to tell you, in a lot of ways, we're still living in the dark ages. We had a whole mini webinar planned for you to talk about how to think in terms of end-to-end processes. But honestly, we decided to go a little bit more gritty and real world with this route. The fact is, years ago, companies in trying to organize how they dealt with documents would largely handle things via file cabinets. File cabinets were how they filed away the documents that their team handled, and literally you can still find every type of file cabinet out there under the sun, every design, every quantity of paper they'll hold, all of that sort of thing, just so we can store and record our documents for retention purposes. And honestly, it's a little bit short-sighted. Also, years ago, a great man by the name of Sam Carpenter wrote a book called Work the System. It was a really good book that talked about the importance of operating from a standpoint of organizing principles and mapping out your workflows as a company so that you could transform how that company worked. You had a system for how you do things. You had an end-to-end process in mind for how you did work. Well, at Fluix, we find the most ready for success companies out there in terms of how they collaborate with one another on documents inside that company are those who think in terms of end-to-end processes. They think in terms of the purpose behind a process, and on the back end, not just what they're going to do with a document, but what are the insights they hope to gain from that process. They want business process automation fully from end to end, from distributing a document to dealing with that document in the field and to analyzing the data from that document. Those are really the three key elements of being much more effective in how you collaborate as a team on documents. And what I have found, and the wisdom I wanted to provide from some of our best customers and some of the best companies that I know of that handle documents really well with their remote teams, is sketching out a process diagram from beginning to end that takes in consideration how your employees collaborate on those documents. What are the processes you go through? And it doesn't even have to be complex. It doesn't have to involve software. It can literally be something as simple as a sketch on a whiteboard, as simple as a sketch on a legal pad or a notebook to identify what the full process is. So here's how we're ready to help with this. In a follow-up video to this video, we're going to provide some how-to guidelines, how-to best practices for building better forms and documents that your remote team can use to work with your office team, your headquarters team, and submit those forms, especially for repetitive processes. Some simple ways that you can use basic software, not even our own software, in order to speed up the process and complete an end-to-end process digitally, dramatically decreasing the amount of time it takes to collaborate as a team on documents and glean insights to make better decisions on those. So coming up soon is a video that we'll share to help you get a better idea of how to organize your forms and documents so that you can actually transform your company. I'm Brandon, this is Fluix. We're going to help you streamline your workflows, your mobile workflows involving documents. Stay tuned for all of our following videos that'll teach you to do just that.